right. Thank everybody for tuning in, man. Hey, it's another day. I thank you guys. Salute to you guys. Shout out to Ryan. It's the first person that's in the chat box on the Facebook side of the world. Shout out to you, man. You won first place. Hey, we're getting this thing going one way or another. Shout out to Howell, too, as well. He's the first person that jump in on the YouTube side. Hey, it's always a plus. It is always a pleasure when you're talking about the Cowboys. And we got some good news finally. I must say it's finally good news altogether with the Dallas Cowboys. We salute. Thank Roger Goodell. We know for sure that it been a minute before Roger Goodell did anything positive for us. And this speaks volumes for what Randy Gregory can do down the line as it relates to him being able to now go through training camp, get his playing weight together, get his off the field issues, put it in a bag and throw it out the way. Now he can get adjusted to the speed of the game. We do know that Mike Fisher from 105.3 The Fan and from @Fish Sports said that now Randy Gregory contract pretty much is going all the way through to 2020. So now we got 2020 visions out here, right? That speaks volumes, guys. That's a lot. That's a lot of good information of what now we can just say, okay, on the right end and on the left hand, we got some studs. We got some people that can come out, create pressure, create sacks, and get things happen. Shout out to James. Shout out to you for joining in. Jonathan Flores. Shout out to you too as well. Shout out to everybody. Don't forget, guys, I'm live right now on Phantom, EBSN, the Dallas Prospect. Every legend was once a prospect. Big Game James page and also Silver and Blue. Don't forget to check out their page. Check out what they do all the time too as well. We spit fire. We spit the truth. Tonight, it's going to be me, Okoye Media, and also I'm going to try to have Dallas Cowboys Scouting. We're going to talk about the upcoming year, what type of visions and views that we have out there. It's going to look nice. This is the thing. Expectations for Randy Gregory, to me, if he get anywhere north of 5 sacks, believe it or not, that will be a successful year to me. Now, granted, is Randy Gregory one of those guys that you can say, okay, with time, this guy will be at least a 12 sack year guy. He have the bend, he have the burst off the line, he have those long arms where he can create separation within. So he did not allow to grab him to the inside, because that's the name of the game, is to get the opposition off you as you burst upfield or pretty much crash upfield, get to the quarterback. He have the best bend on his team. Now you have a natural pass rusher. Are you worried about his weight? No, you shouldn't be worried about that. You shouldn't be worried about his size, because he have those type of traits. He have that type of ability. Shout out to Clay Patterson. Shout out to Dante Hicks too as well. And T Wilson 8192. Shout out to you and salute to J Farm. D, stop calling them studs, Law. Your fan base believes you. Hey, it's right for them to believe me, because how can you not call him a stud? This is the thing. When you're talking about Randy Gregory, from what he did from a collegiate aspect, right? Of course, we can't just pull up the NFL likings of what he did out there, because it's just not enough evidence. The guy had a troubled past. The guy had a troubled future as it relates to when he got to the Cowboys, and as you can see, that he had not been out there on the field. But no one on this side of the world can say that D-Law is not a stud. I think that D-Law is pretty much, he got some sacks last year, and he was a force to be reckoned with when he came out his rookie year. He made some plays out there that everybody was sitting back saying, okay. I recall too, is when we played in the playoff, he was the only guy that got to Aaron Rodgers. Now, collectively, this defensive front four, to me, is the finesse. They are finesse. They don't have that defensive tackle. That guy is going to account for multiple guys. So if I'm Rod Marinelli, if I'm Will McClay, if I'm anybody in that front office, I'll be trying to figure out if Brian Price can step it up. I'll be trying to figure out if anybody, Asher, and I know now he's not a stud. Asher, if anybody else can step it up. Deonte Thompson, not Deonte Thompson, he's a wide receiver. Deontay Jones, is it Dayton, that's his name. If Dayton Jones can step it up in the middle, playing the 3. Maliek Collins, I think, to me personally, Maliek Collins is a stud, although he regressed a little bit last year, but guy had a horrible foot, and he was a count to do so much. But now you're talking about Jihad Ward, and then you're talking about Maliek Collins. Maybe these guys can mix it together, because we do know for sure, without a shot of a doubt, that David Irvin, I call him Belly Irvin at this point, he's a stud. That guy's a stud. He's going to create that type of pressure, and he's going to demand that type of double team. But are they finesse in a sense? Yes. This is LJ Taylor. What's up, Law Nation? Salute, man. Salute to you too as well. Chris Andrews. What's up, man? Off my Facebook. They can really move Crawford to the inside now. Crawford need to gain 15 more pounds to play into the inside consistently. I think that Crawford, he does not have the bend. He does not have the techniques that you look for out of a defensive end. But as far as a defensive tackle, I think that Crawford, if you gain him about 10 pounds or maybe 5 extra, give or take, have the lower base strength. He's strong, but if he can gain just a little weight, then you can say, okay, consistently inside, maybe Crawford will have a better career, or maybe he plays better collectively. Who is this? Caraway. I like Collins. Oh, yeah, we all like Collins. Look at the tandem when Collins was in the college. Collins and Randy Gregory. They worked together before. I think that this thing can work together now. Crawford need to be moved to the right. Hey, there's an inside joke with the Redskins, always picking up the Cowboys player. So he said Crawford need to go to the Redskins. This is from Jordan K. Collins was great with the strong rush stopping defensive tackle. This is from J Form. Yeah, in a sense you can say that. If Tapper is healthy, I mean, you got Dorrance Armstrong, you have Tapper, and you have who else can possibly be on the it could be a long training camp for Tapper if he finds himself injured. And I do know that he got concussions and all this stuff. If Tapper does not show up or show out this offseason, I think that he's going to be one of those cuts. Because of the younger guys. You got some younger guys now. Would you rather have Kony Ealy or Tapper right now? And I did hear that Brian Browder said that you can push Kony Ealy to the inside. The tape that I saw on calling to the inside, you do not want that out there on your field. I think that Kony plays better out there on the edge. He can get the separation, get the bend, and he can create those type of things out there as it relates to edge. Now, this is the other thing. Kony can also cover well, too. So I think that covering that space, the run protection, I think that Kony Ealy is good in that aspect of the game. Cruzon 26, Big Blue is here. If y'all don't know Cruzon 26, he is a diehard Giants fan. But shout out to you, man. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Rob Small, I don't care about any of those guys. They're not as talented as Gregory. You're right. That Randy Gregory is something freaky, something nasty about him that we just really can't put a finger to. But they gave him number 94 for a reason. And hopefully all of the off-the-field shenanigans and all of the rulings and stuff like that with it relates to like the suspension, hopefully that's all behind him. Now, according to Mike Fish from 105.3 The Fan and his Twitter, he said that Randy Gregory passed all of his tests. He have not flunked the test, and he's been good since 2016. So 22 months, something like that, without having no issues. That's a long time. You might as well say that's 2 years of him being free and clear. It's just that the ruling says that he has to be suspended for that amount of time. And one can argue the fact that he was in rehab when he failed when he missed his drug test, and he was not able to attend for the drug test. So it could be even beyond that. But hey, support and salute to Randy Gregory. What to expect from him? He can stop the run. I'm looking for minimum snaps from him starting off. Maybe I always say this with defensive players, you got to wait till at least around week 4, week 5 until they get their playing legs from under them, and you'll see a better product out there on the field. That's what I'm looking for as far as Randy Gregory. Let me pull up the chat box, man, so we can get things going in this aspect. But I really appreciate you guys, man, for tuning in to the nation, man. It's always a plus. It's always a pleasure, man. If I can find this little button right here. Shout out to you guys, man. Let me see. It should be right here. Yeah. So with that being said, who we have here? We have Clay Patterson again. Gregory gonna collaborate his reinstatement with some weed. Celebrate, I guess you're saying Gregory is going to celebrate his reinstatement with weed. Come on, man. Hey, we like to poke fun at Randy Gregory with the blunts and smoking of the blunts. But NFL rules are NFL rules, right? And I agree with the NFL rules. If you have the rules set in place, then you should follow those rules. Now, will the NFL look crazy and stupid 10 to 15 years from now when they legalize the marijuana or when they legalize the stuff and they have to go back on everything? To me personally, I think the NFL should just fall back on this ruling and say that, okay, marijuana, medicinal purposes, as long as you can show doctor proofs and things like that, if it help alleviate your pain, then we allow our players to get high. Instead of giving them tramadol and whatever they do, hydrocodone, all the other drugs that they give them and they pump them up with. I think that maybe some holistic views of medicine maybe can help players alleviate their pain. I don't know. I think that Randy Gregory, and I'm not well immersed in knowledge on this, but I think that Randy Gregory stated that he's bipolar in a sense. I think I heard that out there. I heard noises of that, But neither here nor there. Moving on. Earl Thomas talk. We got to talk Earl. We got to always bring this thing up with Earl. We do know that Earl Thomas is talking about, hey, if you guys do not go ahead and extend me or pay me, basically, let me see the open market. Let me go to the Dallas Cowboys. Let me represent that silver and blue. Let me put this on. And I can't cry loud enough to say, just let the man walk, because I think that for sure that the Seattle Seahawks are teetering along the edges of rebuilding, and they're afraid to say it. But if this is the thing, if they fool around and wait till this year is over with and he walks anyway, only thing that you're going to get is from a compensatory pick is a 3rd round grade or a 3rd round draft grade. Why not get your 3rd round draft pick now, trade him to the Dallas Cowboys, and then you wash yourself of that last salary or that money that you owe him, and let us absorb that cost and move on. Let the guy go where he needs to be. And if we shouldn't even worry about the money, we got over $70 million that's in store for us. And I think that with that money that we have left over, it will still be enough. Only if D-Law shows up and show out, we still have enough money to pay him. We'll still have enough money to pay Dak Prescott. And then on top of that, I look at Earl Thomas the third. I look at him just like what Charles Woodson was able to do for the Green Bay Packers. Just go back, look at what Charles Woodson was able to do. Were their defense lights out? No. But he was able to elevate everybody around him. And I think that they won the Super Bowl, believe it or not, by him being injured on the sideline. But it's something about wisdom. It's something about knowledge that can be transferred to these other guys, and they can understand the rigorous training, the sweat equity that he already built up, and he can pour upon his blessings upon everybody out there. And he can feed that knowledge to the Jeff Heaths of the world, Xavier Woods. And then 10 years from now, we'll say, because Xavier Woods still should be playing 5-6 years from now, of course, man, that was a good deal, because now he playing just like a Earl Thomas. One thing that I wish I can find that clip, it was about the time that Emmitt Smith went to the Arizona Cardinals. And there's a documentary out there. It's on a clipping. If you guys can Google it and find it, it's about when Emmitt Smith went to the Arizona Cardinals. We do know that they didn't go pretty far, what have you. But one thing he left behind was his knowledge and his information. And it wasn't to another running back. It was to the wide receivers. It was to the Larry Fitzgeralds and Anquan Bolden. I think that's how you say this man's name. And they still marvel and talk about that to this day. They said the biggest thing that we got from when Emmitt Smith came to our team, of course, he didn't have these gaudy numbers or he was just showing up everything. The thing that we took away from that is how to prepare, how to prep ourselves, how to eat right, and then also how to dress appropriately. Those things carry on a long way. And one can argue the fact that Larry Fitzgerald, he's a stand-up citizen, and also Anquan at the time, Super Bowl champion. I think, did he win Super Bowl with the Ravens? I think is a model citizen. You rarely hear stuff in news about these guys, and it's because of Emmitt Smith pulled upon his blessing, his knowledge of the game to those guys. And I think that that's exactly what Earl Thomas can do. Mike White is going to take Dak's job. Mark my words, basically. This is from Michael Bridges off my YouTube page. Hey, speaking some bold stuff. There's things you can look at Mike White and say, okay, he's 6'5", accurate thrower of the ball, played decent while he was in college, played a one hell of a game where he was at the Senior Bowl. But those are things that there's one thing that you just can't count in the intangibles. When it's time to lace them up and it's time to play real football on a Sunday. That is what Dak Prescott brings. He brings in the intangibles. You can look at a player all day, look at his stats, but it's one thing that you just can't measure, and that's hard. And it's just one thing you just can't measure. And I do know that we have a segment of population, tons of people that just don't believe in Dak Prescott. And especially as a Cowboys fan base, it's weird in a sense, but it is what it is. Let me see if I can find this clip of Dak Prescott learning and improving on his throws, going through his progressions, passing the deeper ball down the field. That speaks volumes, guys. I do know that you guys still have your reservations regardless, but it's one of those things where we have to say to ourselves, give the guy a chance and understand that last year we went through the ringer. We went through a lot, we went through a lot, but even though it's going through that, come on, computer, wake up. Gotta make my computer wake up. Come on. Here we go. Almost there. I'm going to show you guys this other clip that you guys can see. Matter of fact, let me see. Go to this. Right. I'm not able to pull it up. But this is what I'm going to tell you guys. I'm not able to pull up the clip. But Dak Prescott is improving through his progressions. He's improving through his throws. And one thing that we can say we can beat on our chest with is that the guy is a constant studier of the game. And he's building this chemistry. He's building this rapport with all his receivers. And that is what I like. I love the off-field growth with these guys. Here we go right here. Ty Tice, man, shout out. He said facts law, man. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. Let me join in over here on my Facebook side. Jamal Anderson. Yes, what's going on, man? Yes, we live like 95. Michael Aaron Petty. What's going on with you, man? Salute. Yes, indeed. Thank you guys for tuning in. Law Nation, much love, bro. This is from Rodriguez. Thank you for all of the updates and keep it up. Yeah, I tried, man. I tried to give you guys, you see me over here, fresh out of work, fresh out of the grease, and I'm up here telling you guys about what Randy Gregory should do this year. And to me personally, if he can just play 16 weeks, get me about 5 or 6 sacks, I'm happy. I'm happy as a camper. And then on top of that, when we get to the playoff, he can ball out of control, baby. I'm telling you right now that I'm sitting here saying, okay, let's rev this thing up. Randy Gregory. Yes, I cannot wait, guys. And you guys know that when you bring back a David Irvin, ooh, the monster in the middle, and then you add in what D-Law can do, my goodness, just close your eyes and imagine this rotational piece. And then you throw in a Maliek Collins, and I heard high praises. And I'm talking about the highest praises that you can think of a Jihad Ward. But those are things that we have to wait for, right? Hey, Romello said 3 sacks. That would be nice too as well, man. Crazy 14 maniac. I think that's how you say your name. He said, "What up, Law? What's up to you, man? This is my guy again, Savage Time, one of the coldest names on YouTube. just a plain name, not plain in the sense of what you're going to do with it, but it's savage time. It's time to get savage off the top ropes, baby. He just need to stay off the weed. Yeah, he need to stay off the weed, stay off the dro, stay off the chronic, stay off all that good stuff, the blunts, and he just need to hit the quarterback. That's one thing that he need to hit every time we lace him up. Hit that quarterback. That's the only blunt that we want him to see getting hit out there. All right, so the sacks are coming. This is from KJ Rose. Yes, it is. Buddy Johnson, what up? He said, has Dak Prescott worked out with Cedrick Wilson, brother? I think that's another thing. I don't see him working out with Cedrick Wilson as much. I see more of the pictures of the, and this is me from the far as distance you can think of. I'm way back here. This is how I'm looking at Dak Prescott. I'm way back here. We see him working out with Gallup, Deonte Thompson. We see him working out, too, as well with Noah Brown and Lance Lenore. I've yet to see him work out with Cedrick Wilson. But I think that Cedrick Wilson have an own camp somewhere in Tennessee or something like that. And the guy is sharp. His daddy is a former Steelers and Super Bowl champion. And I think his dad is showing him the ropes. Hopefully, when it's time for to lace him up, we got one more week and a half, we're gonna really see some nice stuff out there. Yeah, man, I gotta put into work, man. I gotta put into work. Here's from Michael Bridges. Yeah, I'm trying to put in all the work I can find. And don't forget, guys, tonight we're gonna be live. It's gonna be me, my guy, Koye Media. We're gonna break down a lot of stuff too as well. And we're gonna try to get my guy, Dallas Cowboys scouting, Tyson, to go over some things. We're gonna talk about it, discuss. He had a slew of guys that he interviewed, so he's gonna give us some insights on stuff that he had talked about through the courses of these last few days. So it's gonna be real nice. I can't wait to hear what he had to say. If we get Earl Thomas top 5 defense, I'm greedy. I want top 4. I don't want 5. I want 4. Top 4 defense. I want us to be grittish. I want us to be grinding. I want us to be taking the ball away from the opposition. And then on top of that, this is what makes this defense run. Let me just give you guys another insight of this defense. And it's not even on the defensive side of the ball. Before the draft, I said we must focus on the core of this particular offense on both sides of the ball, whether it's a Vita Vea or was it Will Hernandez. We needed to focus on that core. But this is the thing. Now that we have this other guy named Connor Williams, go follow my guy, Vash Lombardi. I see him in the house. Go follow his page, his channel. He did a film session, a film breakdown, a complete inductive film breakdown of Connor Williams. Check him out. The guy is medieval nasty. He's grimish. When he gets you down, he's not going to help you up. He's going to rub his elbow into your frame. He's going to drive his knee up your back. He's going to do that type of stuff. Remember when I talk about the core, and when you can focus in on this core, Ezekiel Elliott, I know that a lot of people are going to say, Cowboys playing keep away. Ezekiel Elliott, remember this name if you don't hear anything else from me. Ezekiel Elliott will ball out. He will be in the talks of an MVP. This guy helps the defense out tremendously, meaning that although I'm not saying that we playing keep away, but now if you start grinding and you start getting those 5, 6, 7 yards, the team is going to be playing against their heels, and they're going to say, okay, we got to match their production. And if you look back at 2016, if you look back at 2014, you can see the same philosophy. Grind, run, pass. That was the year that we took the ball away from Tony Romo and said, okay, 2014, we don't want you to pass the ball all the time, which we know that you are an expert at passing. We want you to sit back, pick your poison, and give the ball to Murray. Then they got rid of Murray for some strange reason because of money. And they thought Randall, who was talking about meat left out on the bone, and he was a knucklehead trying to steal draws and cologne. That didn't work. But lo and behold, 2016 came around, and that same philosophy. Let's implant Ezekiel Elliott, who's a better DeMarco Murray, and put him in this offense, and we're going to have the same type of mentality, and we went 13-3. Somebody's going to argue and say, hey, Law, those schedules were suspect. They played against nobody. But at the time, remember when we came in Cincinnati, they were saying that nobody can run against Cincinnati. And I saw Ezekiel Elliott took it to the house. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil man. But blessed is he that is in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly thy brother's keeper and founder of lost souls, and I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance. That's what Ezekiel Elliott did. This is Ezekiel 25:17 from my Pulp Fiction, baby. But that is what Ezekiel Elliott brings to this team. He brings in that type of mentality. Take it to the house 0 to 60 real quick. If you look at these games, you implant Ezekiel Elliott into this offense. It's helping your defense out, regardless of whether you look at it. All right, so Derek Wiggins, I'll buy you a body pillow. Bruh, good luck. I don't know what that comment was about. Clay, what's up? Did you really put Saquon over Ezekiel Elliott? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. They talking about Saquon Barkley over Ezekiel Elliott. The guy had yet to play a down in the NFL. Okay. Yeah, he better. Okay, we'll say that. We'll roll with that notion. We'll put him on that pedestal because we'll put him on that radar because we like to fly under the radar. We want to silently whoop the NFC and then silently whoop the NFL with Ezekiel Elliott. I call him Zeke the Freak. He's going to make this thing nasty, guys. It's going to help the defense out. And then you sprinkle in, if we get Earl Thomas, my God, man, let me quit talking about that. LaShonda, what's going on? Shout out to you, Nelson. LaShonda Nelson on the Facebook group. Shout out to you. Dez Murray. Murray always fumbled the ball at the wrong time. Yeah, boy, love to play basketball with that ball. Stay tuned. Vaj Lombardi, let me know tonight. Tonight, if you have time, you always you have an open invitation to jump into. Like I said, the panel is going to be me, Okoye. I don't know if you know Tyson. He's Dallas Cowboys scouting. He's going to be live in the mix too. So let me know, and we can get some quick hits from you as far as the players that we need to see. Training camp. I don't know who your pet cat is right now, Vaj. I want to know who your pet cat is on the defense. I want to know who your pet cat is on the offense. I want to know what you think about these guys. Who you going to be looking out for this offseason? If you stay tuned, you guys making hear this tonight because I want to really know. Bots, don't put it in the inbox. Let me know if you're going to be able to jump in tonight so I can pick your brain on the pet cat, you know what I mean? Or who's your dark horse or who the underdog that you're rooting for far as it relates to this team collectively. B-Rob in the mix, man. What's going on, man? I'll jump in, bro. Oh, man. So since he said he gonna jump in, boy, that Fox, boy, let me tell you. Since he said he gonna jump in, let me get crunk right quick, boy. Yeah. My guy Vaj Lombardi jumping in tonight. We're gonna be crunk. We're gonna be live like 95. Y'all hear them snares? Y'all heard them snares? Yes. The Randy Gregory film session is up. I cannot wait to. I might post a link below of this video, Vaj Lombardi. Yes, indeed. Who else we have? Yeah, and Wiggins. Yes. Y'all heard them snares on it. Y'all heard them bass. Yeah. We gonna get it live, man. Ryan. What time tonight? It's going to be at 9 Central Standard Time, Texas time, baby. We're going to try to jump and start. We're going to try to be on time. So if I'm just the first person there, I'm going to bring in Okoye. I'm going to try to bring in my guy Tyson. I do know that he said he will be coming from the airport, leaving from Texas. So we should still be able to talk and wrap it up. You guys know I'm always long-winded. I give you guys so much information, but I love it. I love it when we have this type of talk because, guys, we can talk football and sleep. I can be like this. Yeah, and thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session as we take a deeper look at Randy Gregory. I can be falling asleep. I could just do this stuff in my sleep, guys. And I just can't wait for this season to kick off and start. But pretty much from here, that's all the time I have for today. I really thank you guys for yours. Let me go ahead and pop the collar. Let's get this thing going one way or another. This is your brother. Don't forget to like this page, smash it if you can, slap it, do the Pac-Man punch to that like button. And then once you like it, subscribe to the page. Also join the notification squad. I'm on all type of panels. So go out there to the Phantoms of the world, the EBSN online, check them out. Big Game James, you guys know he bring the thunder when he's live, like 95.2. And also my guy Producer G, all in the comment section, putting topics out there for everybody to be at the edge of their seats. And did I talk about the Dallas Prospect website? Check that out, guys. If you have not checked out the Dallas Prospect website, you are missing out on content that the Dallas Cowboys produce. I'm talking about this website is neat, and I'm not talking about it just because I'm on it. It got a lot of good stuff out there. You guys know DDP. Yes, you guys know DDP. And also don't forget to follow my guy, Voch Lombardi. He said he got the Randy Gregory film session out there too. Shout out to those. We'll give a real quick shout out to everybody. Rock and Replenish. Shout out to you, Ty. Shout out to you too as well. Flows Infinite. My God, man, that's a cold name right there. Flows Infinite. Do you rap, fam? Because you need to rap with that name. It's a tight name. Patel in the mix. DDP, what's good, man? And Cowboys Nation. Belly. I'm not talking about Belly Irvin, but he's in this mix too as well. Let me give a shout out to everybody that was in the chat box from the Facebook sides of the world. Zach, LaShonda, Billy Brown in the mix. Zach Williams again. Dez, D-E-Z-Z, not Dez Bryant, the other Dez. And my guy Jamal Anderson was in this mix. Gabriel, shout out to everybody. That's all the time I have for today. Let's jam out to this music because you guys know you are listening to nothing but the best. Salute. Let's jam on out. You can imagine Randy Gregory just tuning out to